Hello again. Welcome back to the second video of the 2001 Plus chapter of the history of the PlayStation 1. I have 3 more games ready. None of them are survival horror games this time, some of you might be thankful to know. And the first game of this video is... it's a wrestling game. It has the serial number 3251. So back into the 3000s. It is a sequel. It is possibly the best wrestling game for the platform. I haven't played all of them. I only played a couple. And this game. I've grown as a person since, but when I was 14 and this game came out, this was my favourite game of all time. At that point in time. Again, I have since grown as a person and I don't really care about wrestling anymore. But when I was 14 in 2001 and I was a kid who was way into wrestling, especially the WWF, known as the WWE today, this was some real hot shit. Alright, let's get going. I'm going to click this, and I'm going to press this. I possibly spent multiple hundreds of hours playing this game when I was younger. I was obsessed. So there we have it. Smackdown 2. Back when Ukes were still making them. This may have been the very last game.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is proof anything can happen in the World Wrestling Federation.
Whatever you say, Jim Ross.
Ready, camera 5. Camera 7, tilt up. Ready, roll green. Stand by. Stand by. Stand by lights. Camera 6, pan right. And action. Welcome to Smackdown! Oh my God, this is great! If you smile, we can have a new champion! No! You will step into the ring with the game! This can't happen! I can't believe it! Flash photography! The stakes can't be higher! This isn't big enough! What will happen tonight on Smackdown?
Turn the volume down. How about that? That better? That's a bit better. This may have been the very last game put out under the WWF brand, because the company changed their brand to WWE the same year this game came out, so... And I want to say the copy of the game, some copies of this game have differently branded manuals, because the version of the game I got back then, I distinctly remember the front of the box said WWF and the game said WWF, but I remember the manual inside the box being branded WWE. Very strange. Something I remember quite strongly at the time, being super weirded out by it. Like, why wouldn't they change it all? Why would they leave the game and the cover as F but change the manual to E? It's bizarre. Anyway, this copy of the game appears to be an earlier version than the one I had, so everything is branded WWF. Yeah. This is a big game. This is a very highly polished, very high budget game. This is maybe one of the last very high budget PlayStation 1 games. This game is extremely heavy in features. So you've got standard exhibition mode, you know, a one-off match. You can set up seasons. Seasons is like the big single player mode. You can play as a pre-existing wrestler, or you can use one of your pre-made wrestlers. You can create an individual pay-per-view if you don't want to do a full season. Create a superstar. This is one of the most complicated, this probably up to this point in time was the most complicated create a wrestler mode in any wrestling game. Obviously they've done more, you know, since then. Later games have done more complicated stuff, but at the time this was insanely detailed. Create a taunt, create a stable. So that means you can create your own stable of wrestlers, your own, you know, separate group of wrestlers. Create a manager, rankings, belt records, options. Back to exhibition. Let's just go with standard exhibition. I haven't done an awful lot. I've done like a few pay-per-views in season mode. You need to play this game for a really, really long time before you finish unlocking all the wrestlers. So you get a lot of wrestlers right off the bat, but there's like an extra like 15, I think, wrestlers you can unlock through just through playing season mode. Let's play standard. Play a standard single match, nothing special. No managers. Versus computer, why not? Also, the controls in this game are really complicated. Like compared to another wrestling game I used to like at the time. WrestleMania 2000 for the N64 was another one I used to play quite a bit. Now I know everyone says No Mercy was better, but I never played No Mercy. WrestleMania 2000 was the one I had, so that's the one I call back on. Hang on. Hang on. Get rid of that. Okay, so The Rock, aka Dwayne Johnson, you know, successful movie star. He's done an awful lot with his career since being a full-time wrestler. Mr. Scotty Too Hottie, what's his real name? Scott something. Scott Garland. Scott Garland is his real name. Famous as one of the members of Too Cool with Grandmaster Sexay. Famous for his signature move, the Worm. He's also, I believe, a volunteer firefighter, I believe. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's a volunteer firefighter. Still wrestling. He's in his, I think he's in his, God, late 40s by now. Yeah, he's still wrestling. I think he left for a while, then went back to the WWE several years later. Still with the company. Shane McMahon, son of the owner of the company. Stephanie, daughter of the owner of the company, also married Paul Levesque, also known as Triple H. Steve Blackman sucked. He always sucked. Who cares about Steve Blackman? I don't know what happened to Steve Blackman. I don't know what he's doing right now. I don't even know if he's still alive. Because, unfortunately, a lot of the people in this game no longer exist, unfortunately. The nature of the job puts a lot of pressure on your body, and some people break. Stephen Richards, Right to Censor. That was... I remember that, that was funny. Taka Michinoku, yep. Member of Kaientai, I believe. Is it Kaientai? What's the tag team? A pair of lightweight Japanese wrestlers. They weren't like big, but they could do like a lot of like acrobatics, a lot of flips, a lot of, you know, a lot of aerial stuff. That was their bread and butter. Taz was a twat. No one liked Taz. Taz was a shit. Test. I don't remember much about Test. Test was kind of a blank slate. He didn't have much of a personality, on or off screen. Tori, one of the divas. Don't really care about the divas. There he is. There's Paul Levesque. Triple H, aka Hunter Hearst Helmsley. He's the heir to the franchise, I believe. So when Vince McMahon, current owner, finally retires or releases his Mortal Coil, the company will become the joint property of Paul and his wife Stephanie. Trish Stratus, I don't know anything about Trish Stratus. All I know is at the time she was a moderately attractive blonde with fake breasts. That's all she was. The Undertaker, yes. Didn't The Undertaker retire recently? I don't know. I don't really follow wrestling anymore. This was like during The Undertaker's like big comeback. His attempt, he like kind of like fell into the background for a couple years, didn't really do much wrestling, and then at some point in the early 2000s he came back in his biker phase, which was kind of stupid. He would ride down to the ring in a motorbike. It's super stupid, really dumb. He gave up the black and purple for jeans and a tank top. Val Venus, the adult film actor, I believe, was his persona. That was his thing, right? There was like, oh, he's a porno actor who also wrestles. That was his persona, I believe. Vince McMahon puts himself in the games. That's pretty great. So, yeah, Vince McMahon is... God, he's got to be in his, like... Has to be in his, like, 70s by now, surely. Is Vince McMahon... He has to be in his 70s at least. Because he was in his, like, late 40s, early 50s. Maybe. Like, mid-50s, maybe. Yeah, but that mid-50s when this game came out, so... Viscera... X-Pac. Fuck X-Pac. So, create a wrestler I made earlier. Just a shit rush through, just threw some crap together. Prince Albert. Al Snow. He's the one who had the fake head. He had like he used to carry around like a mannequin head. And he used to hit people with the head. That was his special move. It was real stupid. Big Boss Man. This was his SWAT phase. He used to be like he used to hang out with Hulk Hogan and his crew during the early 90s. But at some point, when Hulk Hogan left the company to go to WCW, Big Boss Man stayed. His whole thing was like, oh, he always dresses as the police. You know, he's a cop. That's his thing. And this was his heel period where he dressed up as like an aggressive SWAT member. You know, like police brutality was his. This was his heel phase. Bradshaw of oh god, it was Bradshaw and Farouk. I can't remember the name of their tag team. It's got it written on his t-shirt, but I can't quite see the letters. Bubba Ray Dudley, member of the Dudley Boys. Devon Dudley was his tag team partner. They were fun. They were super fun. They were never that good, but they were gimmick wrestlers. You know, they relied heavily on props. Like their whole shtick was tables. They'd set up like cheap tables, and they would like throw people through them and break the tables. That was their thing. It was a good gimmick. It was a good gimmick to have. Bull Buchanan, he was with Steve Richards, whole right to censor movement. That's a Murderer. Chris Jericho, back when he still had all his hair. He was fun. Y2K, Chris Jericho. He and the Murderer had like a rivalry going on at the time that seemed fun and cool until what happened. Christian, he was originally partnered with Gangrel, I believe. Gangrel was stupid. He was like a vampire. That was like his character. He's a vampire who wrestles. It's fucking dumb. And I think Christian eventually stopped rolling with Gangrel, ended up joining up with Edge, and they formed the Edge and Christian tag team. They were okay. They were a bit bland. They were primarily heels, I think. And my camera's getting blown out again. What the hell? They had a pretty good rivalry with the Hardy Boys. There was a long period of time where Edge and Christian and the Hardy Boys would constantly face off. China, rest in peace. She died last year, I believe, of a drug overdose. Pretty much the last 15 years of her life have been horrible tragedy. So, rest in peace, I guess. Crash Holly. Crash Holly was funny. Crash Holly was a, I guess you could call him a comedy relief wrestler. For a while, his whole thing was, he was the guy who held on to the hardcore title. And they introduced a rule into the hardcore title where you could be challenged by anyone at any time. And so for a long time, his whole bit was that, he would just be out and about doing his daily thing. He'd be at a fast food restaurant. He'd be walking down the street. He might be in his home sleeping, and then somebody would jump out of nowhere and start attacking him to try and take his title. That was funny. Dean Malenko. I know nothing about Dean Malenko. D'Lo Brown. I don't know much about D'Lo Brown. Other than that, apparently he owns a strip club, maybe? I don't know for sure. That's a rumour. Devon Dudley, other member of the Dudley Boys. Eddie Guerrero, rest in peace. He married China and then died. I think he died in the ring. He broke his neck or something. I don't know for sure. Maybe I should look it up, but yeah, he died not that long after he and China married in real life. So, there's Edge. Essa Rios, don't know much about him. Farouk Funakis, the other member of Kaientai, I believe. There's Gangrel. There's that worthless piece of shit. I don't think I ever saw Gangrel wrestle. I want to say his career when I started following wrestling was already kind of like on a downward trajectory. Like, he wasn't around much. The Goodfather, aka the Godfather. He was the Godfather before Steve Richards got to him, before the right to censor got to him, and they turned him into the Goodfather. I think you can unlock original Godfather in this game. Grandmaster Sexay is the other member of Too Cool. Hardcore Holly, that was Crash Holly's tag partner. Ivory, another member of the Divas. Jacqueline, another diva. Jeff Hardy, tag team partner with Matt Hardy, the Hardy Boys. I don't remember. Either Jeff or Matt went to prison for like attempted murder or something. I think that's true. One of the Hardy Boys spent time in prison for trying to kill someone. Kane. Kane was cool when you were like you were 14, but Kane's kind of boring now. He's a mysterious tall man with a mask. Who is he? Who could he be? Ooh, it's like it's not much personality there. Kane has been played by multiple different people over the years. Multiple different wrestlers have donned the helm of Kane. So I think it's like 3 different wrestlers have played Kane. Because that's the thing, right? If you wear a mask, nobody knows what you look like, so it could be anyone under there. The Cat, no idea. Kurt Angle. This was his lovable idiot phase when he was just like, he wasn't a heel. He was just kind of an idiot. He would show off a lot and think, "Oh, I'm awesome. I'm an Olympian. I've got gold medals. I'm the best." And he would proceed to get his head kicked in by other wrestlers. He was like, you didn't hate Kurt Angle, but you laughed at him when he lost. That was his whole persona. He's still with the company, I believe. He still wrestles. He's since taken on a much more serious heel role. So he's a lot bigger now than he was then. He was muscular then, but he's like, dude's clearly rocking some steroids now. If you look at him now compared to then, like, wow. Lita, she used to roll with the Hardy Boys, I believe. I'm not sure what she used to do before the Hardy Boys. Because that was the whole thing. Like, for a very brief period, the Hardy Boys became the Hardy Trio. You know, it was Jeff, Matt, and Lita. Mankind, or Mick Foley. Great wrestler. Great mid to late 90s wrestler. Mick Foley that man is an artist. He gave his body and his soul to his art form. He has broken nearly every single bone in his body, including his skull. I believe at one point he had his skull split open by The Rock, for real. It was an accident. The Rock didn't mean to split his skull open, but that's what happened. But he's okay, I believe. Yeah, he's still alive. He's a great person. He's a published author, I believe. He writes books as well. He doesn't wrestle anymore. I think he's left that behind. But I still think he still works for the company in some capacity. Mark Henry, Sexual Chocolate. I don't know, he wasn't really much of a character. I don't know, he's just like a big fat black guy. That was kind of his character, that was it, that's all he had. There's Matt Hardy, the other half. Paul Bearer. I believe at this point, I think Paul Bearer's dead. I think Paul Bearer may have been dead at the time of this game's release, or shortly afterwards at least. He used to be Kane's manager, because the wrestler who played Kane didn't have much of a screen presence. He didn't really know how to do a promo, you know what I mean? He wasn't a good talker. So they put a mask on him and gave him a manager to do the promos for him. He was one of the all-time great promo delivery artists. He was fantastic. You should look up some old Paul Bearer promos at some point. They are something to behold. Perry Saturn. I know nothing about Perry Saturn. He may have been an ex-WCW guy. I don't know. Rikishi. Rikishi was funny. I'm not sure what Rikishi was strange. Was he meant to be Hawaii? He was like, So, dude is like a weird combination between like Hawaiian and Japanese sumo wrestling. It's like his whole character is like, oh, he's a sumo wrestler. He's a big guy. He's 400 pounds. He has both fat and muscle. Guy was very strong. I remember he rolled with Too Cool for a while. That was funny. And Too Cool's thing was that they would occasionally dance in the middle of the ring, sometimes during a match, sometimes afterwards. And for a while Rikishi would join them, and that was pretty great. Road Dogg, fuck Road Dogg. Basically, fuck D-Generation X, fuck Road Dogg and X-Pac. They were lame. They were always lame. Road Dogg is a little bit less lame than X-Pac, but still lame. And then we're back around the horn. Let's play as The Rock. Let's play a typical matchup from this period. So let's start with. So what we're choosing here is special moves. So you can bank. So you have like a meter when you play the game, and as you attack your opponent, you build up the meter. And then once you've built up your meter enough, you fill up one of the circles below your name. And every circle you have allows you to perform a special move. So you can choose how many of those you want to start with, how many you could have maximum stored up. And let's have a typical matchup at the time. See, at the time, 2000 to 2001, the big rivalry at the time would have been The Rock versus Triple H. That would have been the big thing. So Dwayne versus Paul. Let's see. Rules. KO, give up, rope break, ring out count, entrances. I'm going to turn entrances off for copyright violation reasons. The WWE is an extremely litigious company, and of course all of the wrestler intro videos are copyrighted by them. And so I don't want to run the risk of getting this video pulled or having a red strike, so I'm going to turn those off for safety. And match length 15, that seemed good. Charge speed, let's go fast charge speed. We don't want to wait too long before we can do a special. We can change the arenas. Smackdown arena, random arena, the Raw is War arena, which was the competing show. Just a blank, plain, featureless arena. I think you can unlock more, I think. Let's go with the Smackdown arena. You know, the arena that the game is named after. Smackdown. Sunday Night Heat, No Way Out. Some of these pay-per-views no longer exist. Royal Rumble, Armageddon, Survivor Series, No Mercy, Unforgiven, SummerSlam, Fully Loaded, King of the Ring, Judgment Day. God, Fully Loaded. Holy shit, that was a great match in Fully Loaded once. I think it was Rikishi versus Val Venus in a cage match. That was fantastic. That was the match where Rikishi leapt off the top of the cage onto Val Venus. And I think the wrestler actually, like damaged his pelvis in real life doing that. Rikishi is a large man, and he fucked up his pelvis doing that. WrestleMania rules. Let's go with the standard Smackdown. Sod it. Alright, let's go. Let's actually show some gameplay. I'm sorry, Perry Saturn, I just don't know much about you. I'm sorry. I just don't. So, this is a complicated game. So, You can, okay, standard striking attacks, X button. You hammer the X button, you'll do a little combo. Tap the circle to do an Irish whip. L2 to taunt. Taunting is a good way to get your special meter up as well. Pushing directional buttons, as well as the X button does specific moves. So you can do an elbow, overhead, Hailmaker, a chop. Come on, buddy. Shit, missed him. Nope. Okay, you can grab hold of guys by pressing a directional button and circle at the same time to form a grapple. Different directions do different maneuvers. Depending on what side of the wrestler you grab, it depends on what the moves are as well. So you've got a different selection of moves depending entirely on where you grab him from. From the front, from the side, from the front. Go on, buddy. Follow me. You do the same thing when the wrestler's on the floor, so really depending on... It's context sensitive. Oh shit, we've got interference. Here comes X-Pac. What is X-Pac doing? So occasionally you will get interference, and at the time X-Pac was allied with Triple H, so this guy's probably here to fuck with me. Yeah, you just get random interference sometimes, which is cool. Motherfucker. You can climb the turnbuckle by using directional buttons and the triangle button, and then perform aerial attacks using the X button. Just really need to experiment with directions on the D-pad plus the circle button to get the most out of your character at the time. I used to know off by heart the move lists of like 5 wrestlers. I knew off by heart The Rock, Triple H, Kane, The Undertaker and Mankind. I knew the move lists of those 5 characters off by heart at the time. I've since gotten a bit rusty. I haven't played this game like I played a little bit since I got it again last week, but I have not like seriously played this game for a long period of time since like 2002. Like, I'm rusty as fuck. Too soon. Okay. And when you're in a correct position, you'll see Smack appear over the character's name. When you're in the correct position to pull off a special move, tap L1. And we're back to the People's Elbow. That was a knockout. Good. So, not People's Champion. Character models look kind of okay for the PlayStation 1. You know, they could have looked a lot worse. God, there's young Kurt Angle with his shit-eating grin. Not all special moves are made equal. Some can only be performed in the ring. So I believe the People's Elbow is an example of a special move that can only be performed in the ring. Other special moves can be done anywhere. Outside the ring, backstage, it doesn't matter. Let's do that actually. Let's pick a different character and let's do a anywhere full match or a hardcore match. Hardcore. Single. And for the purposes of showing off the game, let's just go into 2-player. I've got a second controller plugged in here. And let's pick... you know what would have been a popular match at the time? The Undertaker versus Kane. That would have been a very popular match at the time because in the show the story was the two wrestlers were brothers, and you know, Kane hated the Undertaker because he left him to die in a house fire, and that was not in real life. That was just the story, but that was the plot line that they were going with. So Kane had like a vicious hatred for his brother. So you'd see them squabble a lot of feuding between the two of the most physically imposing members of the WWF roster. Let's go to... no time limit. We don't need a time limit. Okay. So... this is the most efficient way I... oh. There's the man who murdered his family. That happened not long after this game, I believe.
Are you scared?
Oh shit, skip. Shit, before I get my video pulled. Fuck. Yeah. Chris Benoit was not a good person. So yeah, hardcore matches, you have weapons. X button to attack with the weapon. R1 to pick up and drop it. Yeah, that was good. I remember doing that. You flip them out the ring, and that would do extra damage. You can get in and out the ring using the... is it triangle? Oh, it's R1. R1 to get in and out the ring. Irish whip him back into the ring. Oh, too soon. Up. Yep. I don't know how to do a tombstone. Is it up and circle? No, that's just a neck strike. Down and circle is... oh, that's a tombstone. Yeah, down and circle is a tombstone. They don't let the wrestlers do that anymore. Even though they try and control the matches as much as possible, tombstones have a significant chance of causing severe neck injuries. So tombstones don't happen anymore, at least not in the WWE. DDT. Yep. Choke slammed outside of the ring. There are no health bars in this game. You have to kind of judge how tired a wrestler is by how heavy they're breathing. You kind of have to look at them and see what their body posture is. How hunched are they? Oh! Slam him through the commentator's table. Yep. There we go. Getting back into the ring. Go. Oh, come on, I need to get him into position so I can do a special on him before my last ride. Come on, I need to get him to get tired. Oh, for God's sake. He seems to have picked up a second wind here. Got it, last ride. Alright, let's go check out the backstage. So when you can leave the arena, you can... Hang on, I've got to control both characters now. You see that red arrow flashing on the ramp? That means you can go that way. If we stand here for a while, the arrow will turn blue, and then when we move in that direction, we will load up a new area. I believe the next area after this is the entrance podium. So yeah, we're up at the bit where the wrestlers come in. There's not really much to do up here, there's no real weapons you can get, it's just kind of an empty area, so we've got to keep going. Come on Kane, let's travel. Let's do some travelling. It's when you get out here that stuff gets interesting. So you've got the lobby, you can take it outside to the lobby. Here is where it gets interesting, you've got interactive environments. So you see that fire extinguisher? If I Irish whip him into the fire extinguisher... Oh, my other controller just vibrated off the desk. I can pick up this fire extinguisher, and now I can hit him with it. So we can go upstairs, we can to the staff area, we can go downstairs to the basement and the parking garage, we can go outside, we can go into the restaurant, the kitchens. Let's go upstairs. Upstairs is probably the most interesting area, because there are secret areas in this game. Oh god, come on. Down, left, left. Come on guys, let's go. Figure it out. Alright. So again, we can go in any one of these rooms. And again, if I Irish whip Kane here into the payphone, I can pick up this payphone now. Turn the payphone into a pain phone! Yeah! I'm so sorry. That's dumb. Let's go in here. What's in here? The load times are a bit of a bummer, but that's just kind of, you know, that's what you're working with, unfortunately, for a PlayStation 1 game. In here we've got a table, a bin. Pick up the bin. Can you pick up the bin? No, do I have to throw him into it? I think I've got to throw him into it. Oh no, he's on the table. Oh shit, counter. Motherfucker. Yeah, if a wrestler's not if he's not tired enough, he'll just throw you off. You've got to get a wrestler tired before you can get him through a table. Just automatically counter you. So certain more high risk maneuvers, you need to get the dude tired. To the locker? No. Just got to experiment. You just got to experiment throwing him into different things. So if I throw him into this bin, no. One of these walls is a secret wall. I don't know if it's this room or another room. I throw him into the wall. Nope. I know what room it is. I know what room it is. God, I loved this game so fucking much. The longest single gaming session I ever did, ever, still stands to this day, was playing this game. I was 14 and I played this game when I got up at 7 in the morning and did not stop till 7 in the evening. I played this game once for 12 hours straight, non-stop. I am not shitting you. We were all 14 once, you know. I think it's this room. Yeah, it's this room. So that's a barbell. If I throw him into the barbell, can I get that as a weapon? Nope. This direction. Yes! Okay. Barbell. So, the original Smackdown, Smackdown 1, was not very... It's the same game. Smackdown 2 was really just a content update. They added more wrestlers, more moves, more arenas, more background areas for you to explore. Smackdown 1 and Smackdown 2 are essentially the same game. It's just Smackdown 2 has more stuff in it. I think if I bring Mr. Kane, over here, and throw him into this wall, I believe, if I remember correctly, I haven't done this in like 10 years. Yes! Secret room! Well, more than 10 years, God, it'd be about 2002, so 15 years, decade and a half, fuck. We go into the showers. We get a traffic cone for some reason. A traffic cone just came out of that locker. Why? Who knows? Knee breaker. Oh. Get up. Last ride, and we'll pin him. You pin by pressing down and circle. God, this is... And I've only shown you a tiny fraction of what's in this game. The season mode, the referee mode, the gimmick matches, you know? Ladder matches, table matches. Like you can unlock other wrestlers. You can unlock some of Mick Foley's other personas. He didn't just play as Mankind. He's got two others in this game. He can play as Dude Love, or you can play as my personal favourite, Cactus Jack. Cactus Jack. Mick Foley's Cactus Jack persona was fantastic. Just a psychopath. There is a fantastic classic match between Cactus Jack and Triple H. I believe it was WrestleMania 2000. It was fantastic. Mick Foley, that is a man who is willing to give his whole body and soul to his art form. Look up some old like Mick Foley matches. That man fucks himself up for the greater good. Like, willingly. He intentionally made The Undertaker throw him off a fucking cage. Like, that is an all-time great match. He's like, the gimmick was, hey, let's start fighting on top of the cage instead of in the ring. How stupid would that be? Turns out very stupid. Turns out the cage wasn't designed to support the weight of two people. So as the match begins, the top of the cage begins giving way. That's not scripted. That wasn't meant to happen. So it's like, oh shit. You can see them in the footage talking, like The Undertaker and Mick Foley are kind of trading, like, you know, they're pretending to trade blows at the same time they're talking to each other. Like, what the fuck do we do? How do we sell this? What do we do? And you can clearly tell Mick Foley had the idea, throw me off the cage. That man was insane in a good way. And And you can see him, like, the Undertaker's pretending to hold him by the neck, and Mick Foley's like, no, 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 not yet, not yet, not yet. Okay, okay, go. Look at the footage. It's amazing. Oh. Oh. Anyway, that's enough of Smackdown 2 and old early 2000s wrestling. Oh. I think he dislocated his shoulder. When he landed, he dislocated his shoulder and got back up and kept kayfabe, kept face, you know? God damn, Mick Foley. Oh, anyway, next game. We are nearly an hour in and we've only played one game. This is a simulator. By JVC. And it has the serial number 3339. So this was originally a 1999 game in Japan, but didn't make it to Europe and America till 2001. So yeah, Panzer Front by JVC. Let's see, start. So, put in a blank memory card. Oh, veteran mode, what? Rookie, veteran, ace. Okay, that changes a bunch of stuff. So this is a very complicated tank simulator, at least complicated for the time. So you can have automatic transmission, on, off, automatic turret rotation, range indicator, fire point indicator, double loading speed, tank damage, limited ammo. Oh god. You can turn all that shit on. Or, oh my god. I can't imagine playing in ace mode, like reverse track control, reverse gun sight. So, for the sake of simplicity in getting through this game, I'm going to set it to rookie. Because I'm not very good at this game. This is a complicated game. Okay, left view, right view, spyglass, fire, forwards, backwards, map, armament select, target and move. Tutorial, tactics, tank select. What's tactics? Oh, is this like a training map? So we got the Aureole, the NC152, the short bull, the T69E3, the E79. You know, like, I'm not a tank expert. I couldn't tell you what the. I'm sure I'm sure that's an American tank. I think that's a Russian tank. That looks like a German tank. Is that a Tiger? I don't know. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure you can unlock more tanks. This is not the only tank selection in the game. I'm pretty sure you can unlock more. Let's go with an E79. Select your map. Berlin. Sachsendorf. The highway. Hill 112. Again, you can unlock more areas. I believe I haven't really done... Again, I haven't played much of this game, so I haven't unlocked anything. So this is pretty much as it would be for a new player. So you can unlock new areas of the map if you play single player mode properly. More tanks, but we haven't done any of that. So let's go for Hill 112 in France. Enemy tanks are moving across the slope to the east. Stop the enemy vehicles attempting to capture Hill 112. Support grenadiers defending the hill and destroy all enemy vehicles. Okay. Oh, we're playing as the Germans. Oh fuck. So it's us. I'm playing as a German tank and I've got to fend off a British advance. Okay. Sure. Let's do this, I guess. So again, D-pad to move, X button to move forward, square to reverse, triangle to look through your sights. Okay, you've got allied tanks, so yeah, you see those green arrows? Those are your friends, and they will fight. So you cannot do this level alone. You have to work with your teammates, your fellow tanks. Because I've got it set to rookie, turret twist is set to limited. So if I try and turn the turret too far, the tank will just turn. It's circle to fire, I believe. Only armed with... Spotted a Cromwell. Where? There's a Cromwell. So, the draw distance in this game is not quite as far as you'd want it to be. Too high. Got him. Cromwell down. You've got to come to a complete stop before you can shoot. Got him. These guys are going down fast. That might just be because we're on rookie mode, but normally you have to hit a guy 2 or 3 times before he goes down. It's very rare. Those are some troops. Oh, Tank 525 is hit. He's bailing out. Can't see shit, he's behind the hedge. Wait, there's a guy to the left of me. Who is that? 1,000 meters. I believe my effective range is about 1,000 meters. You have to adjust. Fuck. You have to adjust for distance. Yeah, there's shell drop, there's windage. Hitting a tank in different parts of his body does different amounts of damage. So hitting the treads can fuck up their ability to move. These guys are... Stop. Up. And fire. Got him. Oh no, he's still alive. He's still going? No, he's done. There's a Churchill. Churchills are easy. Churchills are only light tanks. Crap. There's a dude behind us. I'm going to take out the enemy I can see before I take down the enemy to my right. Fuck, we're getting shot the fuck up. Got him. So yeah, rookie's pretty easy. If I was playing on veteran or you know, I would get the shit shot out of me. Oh fuck, we are deep in it. Uh-oh. I need to link back up with my own dudes. I'm deep in the shit right now. So you can pan the view with the shoulder buttons. Cock. Fuck, that was a whiff. And I got destroyed. Yeah. I just got surrounded. Totally surrounded. Jesus. Should have played that a bit more conservatively, I think. Hit ratio 50%. That's pretty good. You know, it's taken 13. Or the Panzer Kampfwagen E79. So Panzer. Okay, great. There's a shot of the Panzer. That's the tank that's on the front of the box, I believe. So yeah, this is the. That's the tank that they put on the front of the box, the Panzer. Let's try a different tank. Let's try this ugly fucking thing. Look at that thing. It's Russian. That's Russian if I've ever seen it. Tungsten bin punk. You got like an English abbreviation? No, you're gonna write it in Russian? Okay. Look at that. Look at that fucking eyesore of a tank. Okay, so we've got a different part of the world here. They won't just let you use any tank on any map. You have to use tanks on part of the world where it would have made sense, which seems strange. 1941. Oh wow. We're going to invade Norway, are we? Was it Norway? I forget what Scandinavia. What country did Russia invade? Scandinavia, I don't remember. Or try to invade and then get hilarious, then take a hilarious number of casualties, considering the juxtaposition in like military power between the two. We're about to find out, I think. East bank of the Volkhov and wipe them out. Oh, it's against German. Okay, so it's not. Okay. Our advancing rifle division has issued a request. Enemy's defensive centre well armed. We need reinforcements. Comrade, it's up to you. Support the rifle division's efforts to capture the rail line. 2 houses with machine guns. German forces. Okay. Let's do this. Let's try again. Let's be a bit more conservative this time. Let's not just charge in and allow ourselves to get surrounded. Look at this fucking ugly tank. That thing has a huge silhouette. Oh my god. We are sitting ducks in this thing. Okay, so we can access the map by pressing the start button. Get a rough look at the map. So I think the green areas are forests. We can't get there. 2 enemy tanks in that position. A Panzer 3, an assault gun, so that's primarily anti-infantry. I'm facing southwest, so we've got 2. We're going to come up on 2 guys on our right as soon as we clear this forest. So be prepared. Oh, here he is. Wow, okay, that went down fast. Shit. Shit. Okay, we're pretty close, so I don't need to adjust for height that much. They're down. Okay, we got an anti-tank gun to our immediate left. Pretty close, actually. There. There, he's hidden in the bushes, the piece of shit. Come on, load, you bastard. Got it. guy there. Fire. No, too high. There. Also too high. There. Got him. Doing pretty well so far. Okay. Let's check the map. What do we got? Rifle platoon. Those are our guys. The guys in green are our guys. So we need to support them. Those enemy tanks are down. We could just... I think... Yeah, I don't think there's any more enemy tanks. I think we can just charge on through. Head directly south. God, this thing is slow. Oh my goodness. Support our troops. Brush is slowing me down. Fucking where? Oh, Jesus. Okay. These tanks are slow, lumbering things. Not really built for speed. Guy on my left. Less than 1,000 meters away. Wow. Did I get him already? Fuck. I hate when that happens. Did I get him? I got him. Right. Okay, rifle platoon looks like to be overrunning the enemy position. Good, they're on them. Let's continue south. Just trying to avoid these bushes. They kind of slow me down a bit. Oh. Got another one. What are you? 2 o'clock is shooting me. I know, I can see it. I can't see it. Whoops. Where? Behind one of these trees, maybe. Look at that, it was behind the tree. Guessed correctly. Let's go. Oh, it's really slow. Enemy fire point at 2 o'clock. Oh wow, yeah, there they are. Loads of them. Let's get a bit closer first. Fuck that house up. One of them left. Keep moving, never stop. Don't keep moving, you're dead. Gotta get through this bush. It's good to know that once you go through the bush, it destroys the bush itself, so... Okay. Got it. Fuck up that house. What else we got? They're down. I like how the map fills in as you get more intel. That's clever. I like that a lot. There's meant to be a dude around here to my left. Ah, anti-tank gun. Shit. Where? Where are you? Seriously? Fucking where are you? Too high, maybe. There we go. Rangefinder on this turret is a little bit low, a little bit high, maybe. Mission fail. Ah. Oh, I think all our infantry got wiped out. We weren't fast enough. This game is tricky. I think they made several sequels to this. I think there's a Panzer Front 2 is also a PS1 game. I want to say there was a third game for the PS2, I think. Ah. Oh well. We tried. We tried. Panzer Front. Alright, third and last game for this video is a third-person action game. Oh, case is a bit delicate. This game is developed by this might be in-house Sony. This might be a first party. I can't see any other developer name on here. The only name on the front and back is Sony Computer Entertainment, so well, in-house. Well, we'll see when we start the game. It'll show a logo if there is one. But this game is the serial number 3364. This was a 2001 release in Europe and a 2002 release in North America. So, yeah, Sony Computer Entertainment Europe. Yeah, in-house Sony Europe. C12, Final Resistance. see the controls quickly. Cycle weapons, first person, lock, target, strafe, shield, action, primary attack or use, secondary attack, rotate camera, move. Okay. Alright. I remember when this game came out, I thought it looked cool at the time, but I think at the time I was saving up for a GameCube, so I wasn't buying any more PlayStation games at this point. Any PlayStation games I was getting were presents or gifts. So, Earth has been invaded by aliens. We are slowly losing ground. The only way to fight squarely against our alien enemies is by using their own technology against them. We've been reduced to making our finest soldier a walking mutant. Morally, it's utterly objectionable, but it's got to be done. We don't stand a chance otherwise. Okay, so yeah, basically C12. C stands for cyborg. So.
Okay, Vaughn, let's get down to business. We lost contact with the outpost some 5 hours ago. Now, the recon team we dropped in has gone missing as well. You've got to find that outpost, track down those recon boys, and then report back to me. Understood?
Yes, sir. Can you tell me what's waiting for me, sir?
Cyborgs, lots of them. And alien activity. Alien flyers are everywhere. I guess your best bet for getting across the city is using the old train network.
Excuse me, sir. We're going to have to let the lieutenant down here.
Nearly time, Vaughn. I'll be watching the output of your implants with Dr. Carter. We'll be with you as much as we can.
Evening, Riley. Don't forget, I'll be providing you with any intelligence on the enemy that I can offer.
Thanks, Dr. Carter. Okay, time to roll. Vaughn out.
Alright. So, this game uses both analog sticks. So left analog stick to run, right analog stick to pan the camera. And oh my god, the camera is inverted. Holy shit. That's okay, I can get used to this. I just need to get my mind. I'm ambidextrous when it comes to camera controls. I can deal with both normal and inverted. I just need a couple minutes. I just gotta think, okay, when I push this right stick up, I'm not looking up, I'm moving the camera up. Like I'm physically pushing the camera up to look down. I've got to think of it like that, you know. So pushing left doesn't look left, pushing left moves the camera left. The physical camera, right. Gotta keep that in mind. Okay. So, this is our main character. X is the attack. You start the game up with this sword, I guess, some kind of energy blade. Circle to creep or crouch. Excuse me. That's a toggle. Okay. Alright, so R1 locks the camera behind the character, which could be useful for individual fights, I guess. R2 to go into first person mode. Okay. Useful for getting a close look at stuff.
Generating its own localized energy field, it'll prove very effective against the cyborgs. And with any luck, the aliens themselves.
So we're not actually fighting the aliens yet. The aliens have an army of cyborgs that they're sending against us, so we're just fighting them. The game unfortunately has quiet dialogue sometimes, so Can I change that in sound? Here we go. Speech. Turn speech way up. I like that. That's good. Also, can I change the... While I'm here, can I change the camera controls? No, I can't. Nuts. Like that, because he's got like a bionic eye. Wherever he looks, he draws like a little red dot. Huh. It's a neat little touch. So, items, comms, so you can look at previous communications, current objectives, the map, which is very useful, and your current weapons. Jesus. Melee combat's a bit clunky. Alright, first weapon. The machine gun. Primary attack. I think we can attack in first person if we want to. Yep. We're going this way. There is a lock-on, so if you face towards an enemy, you will see a little green indicator around them. And red, so you're ready to fire. There we go. There's a little vertical health bar to the right of the lock-on icon to let you know how much health an enemy has. Can't go that way. Okay. Okay. Moving on. Move around here. Okay. Right. Going to Central Station. Motherfucker.
Looks like the railway power system's been taken out. Find the backup generator and see if you can reroute some power from there.
Okay. Luckily you're pretty mobile, you can kind of just run around these guys. How was that? What's this? Oh, a save point. Okay, so that's where you save. Haven't played much of this game. I remember playing the demo years ago, and I played it for like 10 minutes last week to make sure it worked. And my camera's getting blown out again. God damn it.
Riley, over there. That's one of the aliens' shields. It should provide you with some useful cover, but be careful. Our research data proves they can only sustain a limited number of hits. It's to do with their cell technology. Find more shield cells and it'll last you longer.
Okay, will do. So yeah, I can, at will, hold down the triangle button to cast a shield around myself to block attacks, but it's limited and it doesn't recharge, so... Where the hell am I going? I'm going this way. Yep. Okay, and use D-pad plus circle to clamber. Nope, let off. There we go. We go into first person mode, we can get some information on the enemy in the top right there. Health 100%, range 27 meters, threat, Construction unit with powerful welder arm. And he's dead. The train is powered up.
Nice job, Vaughn.
Riley, about your implant. It's also there to give you information on your immediate surroundings. Get something under your focus point and the database link-up will provide you with useful feedback.
It's like that, we can look at the junction box. Junction box linked to station generators. Destroy that. That cuts that. Because that was live, we wouldn't have been able to climb that ladder because it would have had high voltage electricity running through it. So, do some exploring, see if there's some extra stuff around here. That's not good. What's in here? Nothing. Oh well. So we've got to go back this way. That's fine. Oh, God. Get up. Really? Huh. God, this camera. Turn. That's it. There we go. You have to hold it at a very precise angle. Alright. That's the first mission. Jesus. Duck under the steam. Because it hurts a lot. Okay, that's better. I'm going to turn the game down a bit. I'm purely going based on the little green bars, and they seem to be getting high again. There we go, -5 decibels. That seems good. The settings change for every game. Not every game has the same volume.
You okay?
Those things, they attacked the hospital. We tried to hold out, but it was useless. They must have thought I was dead. They butchered all the injured men. I had to watch as they...
Easy, soldier. Hold on. I'll find some morphine, then fix you up.
Be careful, sir. Those things, those cyborgs, they're still out there.
Get a grip on yourself, man. Get a grip. Ooh, frame rate. Getting a bit framey. I see you. You moron. And your friend. What's this? Ammunition. Can't destroy the window. I've got to go through here. Whoop! Hello. I'm low on health right now thanks to that steam earlier. So I've got to be careful. Alien keycard required, well we got that. Any dudes in here? No. Medibox. Okay. What is this? Does that work? Okay, fine. Let's go back to that injured soldier. Alright. Select the medibox.
There you go.
Thanks.
Vaughn to base. I've got a man down in Sector 34F. We need a medical backup team in here to get him out. Over?
Loud and clear, Recon 2. Will do. Over and out.
They're coming to get you. It's gonna be all right. Listen, did you see any sign of Recon 1?
Sorry. No, can't say as I did. Hey, there is one thing though. I almost forgot. Take this key. It's for the supply room.
Here we go.
There's got to be something in there you could use. Thanks. And good luck.
Alright, so I reckon we take this key he just gave us, go back to that room. That should open that other door. This one. Health. Bullets. Still got my shield, that's good.
Riley, Those are alien surveillance droids. Their night vision's poor, but they're fitted with highly sophisticated motion tracking devices. My advice is to avoid them. If they spot you, they're likely to alert other droids and cyborgs in the area.
Okay, they're cool reinforcements. Gotcha. Yes, you can launch grenades with the square button. You have to pick those up separately. Okay. Ah, explosive barrels. Infantry unit equipped with machine gun. Oh, you're kidding me. I'm hitting the goddamn... Well, that sucks. Oh, come on, surely. Ha! Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Anything back here? Nope, nothing hidden. What if you can get headshots? Really difficult. Yeah, you can. You can get headshots. And now I'm too dark. This camera, this doesn't seem to be able to make up its mind. Some health. Nice. Okay. I think we've got multiple locations we can go to. We've got the... that junkyard we saw earlier, the gate to the junkyard, or we can just go straight down there. Let's check out that gate we saw earlier.
Vaughn, your access has been blocked. You're going to have to blast your way through. Head to Sector 35F. You'll find a demolition site there. You should be able to find some explosives.
The construction yard. Okay.
Vaughn, we're picking up some kind of SOS. It's very garbled, but we've detected it's coming from near you. Maybe there are some civilians trapped. Investigate and do what you can to help.
Oh, this camera. God damn it. Okay. Any more? Or is that it? I've got to climb this. No, I can't climb that. There's something in front of it. Can't climb that. Can't grab or climb that. Grab or climb that. Am I missing something? There's a turret up there.
That glowing growth you see all around you, we're calling it alien coral. Watch out for it. When it starts sprouting up, it gets everywhere pretty quickly. The aliens are controlling it somehow. There's two kinds, dark and light. The dark stuff is very durable. The paler kind is less so.
Vaughn, we had a gun emplacement set up to defend this area. See if you can get to it. Maybe it's still working.
Maybe I can blow it up with a grenade. No? Well, this alien coral. Nope. Nope, can't climb that, can't get there. Well, this is concerning. Can I push any of these boxes? Nope, nope, nope. Nope. Maybe I just need to keep hitting it. Maybe that's the key, maybe. No, nothing. Would have changed by now. What if I have to hit it with the sword? That's the answer. Hit it with the sword. Okay. Makes the sword a little bit more relevant, because why would you ever use the sword again once you get a gun, right? Son of a bitch. Okay. You drop health. You dropped the key card. Excellent. Press X to use turret controls. Alright. So it overheats, you can see at the top. I'm not sure how much more effective this is compared to my normal gun. The dead zone on this stick is way too big. I have to kind of push it like a good 15 degrees before it starts moving. Come on, buddy. Oh, here comes another one. I think that's all of them. Okay, good. So we've got a regular key card and possibly an alien key. Possibly an alien key card. Do I have to climb back down the ladder, or can I just jump? think I can just jump. Good. Actually, let's check to see what that dude dropped. He dropped something. He did. Excellent. So now I can get out of this area. Hello? Who are you? Are you people? You talk to me? I'm your saviour? Let's get right up on this dude and stare him in the face. A little too close, maybe. Hello. A bit closer. Well, I guess, you know, there's a lot of things. They can't put too many polygons into the character models. Right. Well, they had nothing to say to me, which is a bit disappointing, but oh well. That's just the way it goes sometimes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. God only knows what they would have done to us.
Don't think about it. Listen, maybe you can help. I need some explosives. Do you know if there are any on this site?
Yes, yes. Look, take these. We grabbed them for the other resistance patrol, but they never came back.
That must have been Recon 1. Do you have any idea which way they went?
South. They went south.
Thanks, soldier.
Right. I think that's going to be enough of C12. You get the idea, right? It's a third-person action game. Aliens. Where's the save point? There's a save point. There it is. It seems like a cool game. It seems like a very ambitious game for the time. It's surprising to see Sony spending, you know, doing big projects like this for the PlayStation 1 when, like, come on, it's 2001. Like, the PS1 is out. No, the PS2 is out. You'd think Sony would be putting 100% of their money behind the PS2 at this point, but it's nice to see that, you know, in some capacity they still wanted to try and support the previous console with the original PlayStation with some first-party stuff. That's a nice thing. It's nice. Nice of them. Anyway, that is the last game in this video. Join me next time when I shall show off 3 more games from the 2001 plus period. I shall see you next time. Goodbye.